All right. This is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast, where CEOs, COOs, and business owners share strategies for success. This is 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best strategies are concise business advice. So we're going to get right to it. So for question number 1, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
So I'm Annie Davis. I own Davis Designs here in Utah. We're a web development and graphic design firm. So we work with small to medium businesses to do all of their web development and graphic design and some of their marketing needs.
Awesome. So question number 2, what's the best thing about being a business leader?
For me, I'd have to say being able to make the decisions in terms of what projects we take on. In some of my previous roles, I was more like the cleanup person. So we'd take on a project and hope that we could do it. And I was the one who had to figure out how to do it. So I really like getting to say no to projects that aren't a good fit for us and know which ones are a good fit.
There's clients that you just don't want to work with sometimes. And
yes,
it's better to not work with them than kind of work with them and just not be happy about it.
So, yeah, or hope that it goes well and Google it later or whatever. So, yeah.
Exactly. So question number 3, I hear from other leaders that a lot of times in business, their people strategy can be more of a challenge than their actual business strategy. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, I read that question, was like, oh yeah, that's so true. Especially for me, I think I like to be in control and know, if something doesn't go wrong or doesn't go right, it's on me. And I think people are a lot more unpredictable. You never know what all is going on in their lives or what internal motivation they have. And for me, it's hard because I don't like the unknown, because you can't just go in and control, or you shouldn't go in and just try to control people. So It's definitely more of a challenge for me.
Well, good. Great answer. I like that. Question number 4 then. What strategy would you like to share with other business leaders today?
Yeah, so I was thinking about this. I think a lot of times we focus a lot more on our weaknesses and try to just get better and push past them and just power through. And I think sometimes it's more beneficial to know what your strengths are and just work on that and just kind of negotiate around what your weaknesses are. For example, I have the worst case of ADHD known to mankind probably. And it was a horrible thing to have growing up. I was terrible at school. I went and worked all these 9-to-5 corporate office jobs and just was the worst worker there. Because by 3 p.m. I was so bored and I was like, I can't, this isn't working. So I made sure that when I started my business, I built it around what my strengths are, which is kind of being able to bounce from project to project and getting to talk to people. So you'll never find me in an office from 9 to 5 every day, because I've specifically structured my business so I don't have to do that. So I hear a lot of people that, one of my associates was like, yeah, after 2 p.m. I do nothing. I just sit there until it's 5 p.m. and I get mad at myself. And I was like, so go home, start your day earlier, or go work outside. So I think it's important that we kind of know what our strengths are, because you don't want one of your weaknesses to be the core aspect of your business.
Well, and obviously the premise of that is getting to really know your strengths and understand yourself, which is very important for a business leader or any other leader, or just as an individual. So
yeah,
that's great advice though. Question number 5 then. What other successful leaders like yourself would you like to acknowledge or you think would be good for the podcast?
So Nate Spears, one of the co-founders of ClearSource BPO, they're a telecom offshore resource company. He's incredible. He has a really good way of managing people, which is what I don't like to do. So it's perfect. And then Chris Patch, who owns Sweet Experiences. They have memberships for cool networking events. I think they'd both be really interesting for you to talk to.
That would be awesome. I look forward to researching and talking to him. I actually know Chris, but I hadn't even thought about him.
Case
so that would be great.
Yeah.
Yes.
See how good he is.
I'll have to look him up and ask him. All right. Question number 6, just a fun last question. Tell me about your favorite past boss.
Yeah, so fun answer. In return, actually my first boss at McDonald's, it was my first job, and I was so excited to just be working because I was barely 15 and I had to squeeze my way in the day I turned 15 and was eligible to work. And he just pushed me more to like stay on task, which obviously was for still a weakness of mine. But and he taught me how to like work hard and how to set expectations and not overpromise and underdeliver and all that. So incredible guy. And that was from like almost 20 years ago, 15 years ago. So.
Well, he must have made a huge impact for you to remember him that well after 20 years. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, we have a little bit of time. Any other advice that you would have for business leaders?
Yeah, I would say just focus on the relationships first. When I first started out, I was a lot younger than everybody. Like I'm 27 now and I was 21 when I started, and it was really hard because I felt like I needed to just sell myself or like sell my product right away. So I used to go into meetings and be like, yeah, we do like the best websites, and people would be like, whoa, like we don't even know each other yet. And I read a book. I can't think of the title. I'll have to get back to you on that. But it was one of those really like the 4-Hour Work Week or like all of that, and those
Right.
fundamental business books. And one of them was like just have the goal to make friends, and the rest will fall into place later. And since I learned and I pivoted, and now I just try to meet people, get to know them, and see what I can do for them. And it just is so much easier that way. And you don't feel like you need to just like push your product on everybody that you meet. It was a good lesson.
That's good advice as well. Well,
Yeah.
great. Well, it's been great having you on. I've really enjoyed it. And before we leave, tell people how they can find you or get a hold of you.
Yeah. So you can just go to our website, daviscreate.com. And then my email and my phone number is on there, and all the contact forms go directly to me. So.
Well, great. Well, like I said, it's been great having you on. And this is Keith Weaver with the Top Executive Strategy Podcast. And for more insights, you can follow us on iTunes or on LinkedIn at Weaver Business Coaching, and to watch the episodes as well. And best success to you.
Thank you.